Hey, how's it going? It's Tim Brown, and this is the Hook Better Leads podcast, and today I'm with Ben Menchaca.
Yo.
Is that how I say that?
Yeah, Menchaca.
Menchaca. And you know him as the door-to-door gorilla. What are all the names that you go by? Do you have any other rapper names here?
No, just door-to-door gorilla or like block killer.
Block killer. All right, he's got that. Yeah, it'd be good in the song where he got all the names. So we're talking about basically what I think is high-performing door-to-door people. What do they have in common, and how do you find them? I think that's, to me, some of the questions I want to kind of pick your brain on. But first, let's recap for some of those people that didn't see your awesome video about, the gold rush of roofing sales,
right.
With Dimitri. Give us the 2-minute version of just your background. What was the story? What happened, and what's going on right now?
Yeah, so thank you first for having me. I always see you at these events, super professional, and this guy's got the best book recommendations, so we're book guys. So what happened was, thank you for that. Like I said, I got involved went door to door in 2017. I was kind of like broke, busted, disgusted, behind on life, just really like too much month at the end of the money, just like not passionate about what I did for a living. Went out every weekend, self-sabotaging behavior, and got caught in this vicious cycle of going nowhere fast and always needing money and just never really truly happy, right? But what I found is that the more you just keep going in life and pushing forward through adversity, the more things open up. The universe, I think, kind of likes to test you. So I had some friends that were network marketing that got into storm restoration. They said, hey, come and try this out. This would be great for you. I quit my job and packed everything up and went to the East Coast and entered the storm restoration career. Started my career and, just went through a lot of doors. What you lack in skill, you make up in numbers. Knocked a lot of doors, got a lot of success as a canvasser. Then got recruited to be a salesman and did 90-day runs of $500,000 and up, and just became this crazy phenomenon that I just took like a fish to water, and I was just highly successful at it, made a lot of money, changed my life, changed my zip code, changed my bank account, like everything. Mm-hmm. Just this opportunity door to door store.
What's happening now? As you kind of had these other opportunities kind of show from doing that video that took off and some other things. What's changing about your life now?
So what's changing about my life now is I'm just getting a lot of recognition from people who are paying attention to that video and just recognizing some quality in me maybe that they had when they were younger or getting started, just beasts I get to be around, get to meet in high volume, high achievement people who are doing things on a larger scale than me. So they reach out, I get to meet them and network with them. I get opportunities to consulting, coaching calls. I partner with a software company to do a text follow-up system. I talk to people from different countries, but mainly I get all these, just a lot of attention from people wondering how to change their lives through door-to-doors, or how to recruit, or how to train, or how...
Does money really follow attention? That's a
Grant
Grant Cardone thing.
That is my whole premise, that money does require attention. And I'm sure you've been seeing lately about people who are like, hustle in silence and let your results talk for you.
I think that's people that it's true, you can, but they're getting seen. They're just getting seen in other ways besides social media.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, and I'm just the total opposite of that. You and I are Grant Cardone guys, and I do really believe a large part of my success has been by attention, by putting myself out there, by taking the risk and taking it.
It's not always the most fun thing ever to be in no offense, to do a podcast, it's fun, but it's also work too, and to get out and you're not being paid for this opportunity, right?
That's the thing.
You're taking time out of your day when it's clear revenue opportunities to go do something that's not always clear why you would do it, but then it always ends up being a good thing. It feels like every time you do put yourself out on that limit. I was roasted on a recent Dimitri video, but somehow we got a ton of business afterwards. So it doesn't really matter. The fact that you need more eyeballs does matter. You got
to get where people's eyeballs are at. And like Dimitri said, there are more consumers than there are creators. So therefore, just by default, if you're producing something every day, people want to know what's going on in your life. People want to know what cereal you eat, what kind of chalk I use. You know, people are just naturally curious, and they won't go and do it. So people like you and I just put some content, it'll get consumed, and you're already beating the majority of people who are too afraid or don't see themselves as that. But it's so important in business nowadays to put yourself out there. One of the reasons there's a lot more people better than me in sales and do a lot more volume and this and that, but I put myself out there and people know me more than them. And that's just the fact that just because I believe that money requires attention, you got to get attention.
Yes, I love that. So let's get into the sales recruitment and tips for young bucks. So sales recruitment side of it, what do you look for when you have to like rustle up a team? And you've kind of recruited a lot of people into the industry, or how do you get them? Maybe you don't recruit them. So how do you young salespeople join the teams that you're a part of? And what are you looking for when they join?
Like I said, everything that I've been afforded in storm restoration lately has been coming from that video. And that's why I give shout out to Dimitri, because it's a great recruiting video. People see that, they get fired up, they want to do what I do. Making door-to-door sexy again. But people see that and they say, maybe they see, if I could see this fat-looking Asian guy do it and make a lot of money, maybe I can do it. It inspires people in different ways. But with that, going with recruiting, I attract people to me. Become the person you want to attract. My mentor once told me that a long time ago. Become professional, become effective, and become like 10x more than the average, and you'll attract people. So I just attract them through the video. But if I see someone that I like or get along with, someone who goes the extra mile. We had a waiter that was like just cracking jokes the other night, and he didn't have to do that, but he was super cool, was super attentive. And then I always throw out my card because everyone's always looking for an opportunity. Or you could do the old MLM network marketing. So, hey, do you keep your income options open? Wherever you go, ask someone that, hey, do you keep your income options open? All right, great. I don't know if you're a good fit for that. When's the closest time to now we can meet? Tuesday or Wednesday, we'd sit down, I can share what I do and see if it's a fit.
Okay, so let's say you're getting some, funnel of people coming in. What are you really looking for as far as like the mindset and the aptitude in these individuals? Like once you are starting to train with them a little bit, you're starting to get out I see you out there. I know what you do because you put it on stories and stuff like that. So you're out there with them, you're training them, you're seeing what they can do. What are you really looking for? Or do you feel like everyone can do this if they just try hard enough?
Well, I mistakenly thought that my first interview with Dimitri, and what I found is that this isn't for everybody. So now the filter's got to come up now. Like basically, I don't know if they're sharp, Hey, I'm going to be real, sharp, good looking, professional. And maybe they're not that way, but you could see like they got a quality, a good personality, something that they can relate, good energy, those kind of things. Good energy is really high on my list, super high on my list, because most people are like low vibrational frequency, and you find someone who's just extra and they're only working at this job. Well, it's not for the money, that's just they're that kind of person. So I look for that. Anyone who's
good energy,
great energy, man. Great energy, that's super important. And just somebody who's dedicated, disciplined, and just like shows up. You won't know that until
you got to go through a few reps.
Well, that's what I noticed. Like I took everybody. I cast a wide net previously, and I got stung for it, right? Yeah. But now I know how to filter it more. And everything is, you got to know, like everything that's happened in my life and why everyone knows me and this and that. Dude, this just happened. This is with my 5th year. So I'm like everyone else. I fail forward, I learn, I make mistakes, but I'm kind of one of those guys that goes out and does it. So if I recruit the wrong guy or a couple of wrong guys, I'm just going to learn from it and not do it the next time.
Isn't that funny though? Like you're hustling and it feels like silence for years and years, and then something pops up, and then people are like, "Wow, that's overnight success." Like, well, yeah.
They said you'll be celebrated in public for all the hours you put in private.
That's huge. I agree. 100%. So let's say you know that somebody is going to not work out. What are the things that kind of show you that quickly? And I'm sure there's a lot of roofing companies owners out there, people that are involved with hiring and different things like that. So what are some red flags that We want everyone to be good at this, right? We want to give everyone a job. We want it, but sometimes it just won't happen. So maybe you get 3 to 5 days in or 2 weeks in, and you realize this person has this, this, and this. I know this person's not gonna be able to hang.
Well, what I found is that punctuality is pretty important, because if they're not gonna think highly of showing up on time, it's most likely they're not gonna follow through and focus what you need them to do. And in this sales, you got to be super focused and hyper focused and intense and paid attention to details, and that's just the quality you have to have. So punctuality, I'd say, for one. Two, just like I said before, respectful, good energy. Maybe someone, very rare, but someone looking to ask for extra hours overtime, work extra. Hey, what can I do for you? Anyone who offers. Very few people offer to do extra. A lot of
Except
people.
for the guy on the other side is the guy that likes, I need to get off an hour early every single time or whatever.
Hey, the person, now don't get me wrong, there's family men in this industry, so they need time or whatever with their kids, I get that. But the person that consistently comes up with excuse after excuse of why they can't do something, that's a sign, a big sign.
You are involved in making those decisions sometimes?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so talk to me about it sucks to have to do that and to have those conversations. Why, from your point of view, do you end up doing that? Basically, some people, what I'm saying is there's a lot of roofing company owners that are leaving 2 or 3 low performers on their team right now, and they're not following through with what they know they need to do. So I'm asking for a little bit of what would you say to that person?
I would say, listen, here's the thing, man. You as a business owner, you got to make these decisions in your staff's best interest, right? That money you're wasting on these low performers could go and hire and market and get other people, other monies for marketing, other things that can get you where you need to be. But these people are just dragging you down, and people see that. People don't do what you do; they do what you, or they don't do what you say; they do what you do. So if you're allowing this behavior to continue, that says it's okay with these people, and it creates a lot of mess that you don't want to deal with later.
I realize it's also a favor to the other people around them. If you're allowing low performers to stay and simmer and do their thing, you're actually affecting the work of the people around them. So don't think of it as a negative for their life. I call it release to industry, RTI. They're going to find a job, okay? They're going to be fine.
Yeah, well, and then I'll give you a perfect example. This guy was at one of these events, people come up to me, this guy's like, hey, Ben, how do you do this and how do you do that? And he's talking about how do you stay motivated. I'm like, well, how much money have you made? And he told me, and it wasn't that much. And I'm like, how long have you been doing? He's like, a year. And I'm like, well, I don't think this is your thing, man. And he was like, what do you mean? I want to do this. I go, yeah, but you spent this much amount of time. You only made this amount of much money. And then, dude, that means your focus is not there. You're not passionate about it.
Yeah.
And it's not going to work for you. And you're going to waste another year doing something you're not made to do probably on this planet.
Yeah, exactly.
Go find out what you're good at.
Yeah.
And it's just a public service announcement. I'm helping you save your time, man. You're helping them out.
I say don't judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree. Because, hey, maybe you're going to be amazing at something else. You know what? I sucked at certain things. In my previous careers before this, I wasn't very good. Now, every day, my energy feels like it goes twice as far because I know what I'm doing, what I'm supposed to be doing, and what I do in this situation is better than most people do it, and it happens naturally because it's what I was made to do, I think. I think that's
it's all too, we keep going back. Focus, dude, you have to focus on your energy. Where's your energy being, where's it going, and what's it doing, and where's it being diverted? Because, dude, you come here, we're all here with a common goal, and that's the mission statement of the company. And if energy's diverted, it could be diverted back with the right people. So you got to always the energy has got to be something that you think about within your group at all times.
Oh, that's beautiful. And another thing, I read an amazing book about, it's basically about, it's not about managing your time, it's about managing your energy. And it talks about those times of the day when you have the best energy, making sure that you have the crucial habits at those times of the day. And that's apparently high performing athletes do the same thing. They put their most crucial things in that whatever window it is for you. For me, my best work is done in 8 a.m. to noon or something like that before lunch. That's like when I'm the best. So I stack all the most crucial activities in that time, and managing your energy as an individual is really important, I think, too.
That's it's really like the unfair advantage once you're aware of it. Awareness is the key to change, right? We can't fix something unless we know what to fix, right? Mm-hmm. So energy is super important, and I don't talk to some people that long.
Yeah.
I think it was Jim Rome that said, like, you can afford to listen. You can't afford to listen to people more than like 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't afford it, dude. Yeah. Like, so you don't
like negative people or something.
Dude, like, there's just people I keep it short and sweet, and there's some people I totally don't talk to, but like once I have to, and that's a hack. And you know what? That saved me a lot of emotional energy and just weird situations to get in. You just eliminate that when you're cautious about who you give your energy to, who's coming into your sphere here. Like I said, it's just I operate on energy. When I didn't know how to do sales or how to do insurance or how to do door to door, I relied on my natural energy, because the more energy you have, the more that attracts people, because most people, like I said, have low energy. So here we go back on that energy.
That's good. Hey, this is the energy podcast. We hope that this is giving you energy.
Yeah.
And I think, like, as a leader, if you're watching this, you're a leader of people, I think telling them that they are responsible for their energy and their attitude, and they are responsible for not bringing in negative energy. You do gotta tell people that too. Be positive. No negativity allowed. Is that a Grant Cardone?
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
So
it's just awareness, right? Like, you know, when I used to work in the sheet metal shop, people thought I was so weird because people write affirmations or whatever. Mm-hmm. Now we know that works. It's effective. I used to write like affirmations like on my wrist while I was working, and people were like, "What is that?" It's just positivity. I was always into it before I even see it play out in my life. Yeah. So the stuff works, man.
I love that, and I think people listen to you more when you've had a few successes. But hey, the things that got you here were there before you had those.
That's the thing. Like, that is so crucial, because like nobody gets to have achievement without putting in time. You can't cheat the grind. Trust me, I tried. I've tried to buy this and buy this and buy you just can't cheat the grind. And I'm so glad that I made the decision to just stop, humble myself, and do the activity. Don't get attached to the results, and then see what happens. And then once you get that, the confidence builds, and then you get a couple years and the compound effect takes over, and here we are.
I love that. One of my favorite Rogan quotes. So Joe Rogan said that he wouldn't win the lottery if he could. He said, "I want to earn every fucking cent." I kind of love that.
Yeah.
It's just that mindset of like, it's just so counterintuitive. We all want the hack. We all are impatient. But if you really understand patience and time, and how the compounding effect of going in one direction for a long period of time, that is the ultimate life hack. It's just
you cannot help but see those results because you put in the time, you took the reps. Like I said, what you lack in skill, you can make up in numbers. But here's the great thing about the future is once you do that, you don't have to do that many numbers anymore ever again. Yeah. Because you're sharp. Yeah. And you heard anything. You know how
close rate goes up, baby.
Close rate shoots to the roof.
All right. So let's talk a little bit about now the opportunities that you're afforded as a little bit of an influencer. Can I say that? A roofing influencer. So I know that that's heavy language, and I don't consider myself one. So you don't like that way of calling it. Fine. But what is that cracked open for you? Why is being a personality in roofing a good thing?
Well, I think it just puts one face on an industry, right? There's different faces in this industry, but I think it just, like we were talking about off camera, I think it just goes back, dude. People out there are having difficult times right now. Post-COVID, everything's changing, the world's changing, economy's changing, and people are going through some things. And no matter what period of life we're going on, we need hope. So being me and doing what I do in this industry, it gives people outside looking in, I think, hope that there is, hey, this guy's doing it. Like, a lot of people know me from the trades that are still following me and whatever. But I don't know, it just opens it up. I just get a lot of eyeballs on me from all walks of life, and they just think it's cool to see someone go from here to here, right?
Yeah.
Everyone loves a success story, and I think it's more personal because I came from the trades and I went into sales, and like, I don't know how that video got so many views. It's like 65,000 and climbing. It's
People
like,
love roofing sales topics. Like
Yeah.
roofing sales topics. Like we've got a video that's cranking up there too right now. Maybe it's like 6 or something going to 10, but that's
Yeah.
big for us.
Yeah, yeah,
And it's
yeah.
just day in the life of a roofing salesperson. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think it might be suggested after the.
Well, I've caught,
Yeah.
believe it or not, like I've caught some slack from people. Like, why did you tell people about this industry?
yeah,
now
yeah.
we got everybody coming in. You know, I won't think I'll take credit for that. I don't
Yeah.
think I'm that influential, but the opportunities out there,
Yeah.
and more people know that the old way of doing things has been falling. It's falling, and so they just like, dude, people need hope, man. That's all I can say. You know.
People are watching you too. Just, like I've got young bucks that follow our channel that are in roofing sales that are encouraged to see you, that are starting to do their own podcasts or videos or anything like that. I'm encouraging them too, because I think the more that we share stuff,
That's what I like.
yeah, they've got that group, but leveling the playing field. I don't know what that group's about, but I'm saying like that is really what it does though. It democratizes, it gives opportunity out to people that wouldn't have had it.
Yeah.
When there's something like this where just like hustle and like tenacity, and you don't have, whatever it happens to be for, like, I just love that opportunity gets spread out. And I think that, like, I see people doing that. I see social media doing that. It's dangerous. It's fucking too much of our attention, but it's also
super powerful.
It's
though,
also beautiful.
Super powerful and beautiful, directed in the right way. That's what I'm saying. Like, social media changed my life. It changed everything for me. People ask me, like, you asked me, like, I wonder, like, how did that get so crazy, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know, but like, dude, it works, and it's been working, and it continues to give and give, not only to me, to other people. Now I see a lot more people doing social media that didn't before, and a lot of people branding yourself. Here's an important thing though. I always was of the mind that I was going to brand myself and never my company, because I don't own that company. This is your company. God bless you, right? Yeah. Love these guys.
I'll get it tatted on me because it's my company.
Yeah, because that's your company.
Yeah. But you need to own your own
what's
stuff,
worked for me, and I think a lot of popularity, is because I had branded myself before that video came out. People know what Ben Menchaca does, and that video just 10x it, 100x it, amplified it. So you guys got to get on social media. It's just part of doing business nowadays, and don't be afraid. People dude, the most popular videos are just the ones with the handheld camera.
Yeah, you just do this and it's like boom. Yeah, because people like the personality stuff,
People like authenticity and genuineness, man. And that's why I think a lot that my video went, it was just, dude, raw and real. I just came from the field. I was a little sweaty. I was totally overweight. And I was just like a normal dude. I wasn't this svelte, professional, Gucci-looking guy who does roof sales and is like, I was just a normal guy. And that's who I am today. And I just like to help people and introduce them to this opportunity.
All right, so we got a last couple questions here. The one you probably get the most, but we got to do it as part of this video, which is the top couple tips for that guy. I put the video out this morning of the guy who got his first roof sale, but that was one out in a month. There's people going through this right now that are early, and it's tough. Can you give them some actionable tips for what they should be doing a little bit better in the field here? 3 sales tips.
Before the season?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, so before the season, I would say what I did, I'm doing like a cleanse or whatever, like I've been going, this is my 68th day of no drinking and working out in the gym. Now, am I maxing out and doing all that? No, I'm creating the habit, which then creates the lifestyle. So first, get your mind right, get your body right, get ready for the season, because it's going to be a strenuous season. When you deal with people, it's always going to affect you mentally and physically. Get your mind right. Secondly, get out any old business going forward and just look over that. Who got left behind last year? What needs to get done? Get that taken care of. Get organized. I went the other day and got a new organizer with my folders and my notepad, and new office material, whatever, new administrative material. Like, it just gets me all hyped and ready for the year. Yeah. I'll get my stickers on it. I'll personalize it. Gives me ownership. Yep. So get ready. Get your door hangers ready. Get your marketing ready. Get that I like to get one of those milk crates and get. Let's say I want to sell $1 million, so I'll get 100 folders in there all ready to go for the year, so I don't have to come back and waste time, because as you know, or you're finding out, like when there's a storm, if you're not first, you're last. So you want to have all your marketing materials, anything that you got to go to get on the block, get your cougar paws, get your chalk, get everything that you need to be a professional out there. Dress nice, super nice, get your crisp, clean clothes, nice, brand new white shoes or athletic shoes.
So what do you see with those guys that are like rocking the long hair and some crazy pants or something? Like do you really think that you kind of want to, you know what I'm saying, like on the a little bit casual side?
Yeah.
Would you suggest, I know this is like a weird specific question, but would you, like, if you didn't care about offending somebody, would you say to cut their hair?
You know, here's the thing. I just know for me, as someone, if I was opening the door, I don't want to smell cigarette smoke. I don't really like the tattoos. Just certain things that are still taboo in society. Yeah. And I just said the cleaner the presentation, the better the outcome.
Yeah, I always just thought, like, here's the deal. I had, like, when I started marketing and even was in a little bit of sales and marketing, I had, like, the samurai thing going on. And, you know, like, and that was cool at one point. Maybe. I don't know for sure. But anyways, I just cut it off because I was like, I'm just going to give myself every possible advantage. I'm just going to take every advantage I possibly can. And even up to these 2% advantages, like a little bit of hair. Some people get confused by that. I'm sorry, I need to 10x rule. I need to take every complete responsibility, and it's annoying, but I
exactly
think it's
everything you have to take responsibility for, and it's not about you and what you like.
Yeah,
people. That was the hardest thing for me to learn, is that
and people shouldn't judge you for that. People shouldn't.
They shouldn't, but the facts are people judge you, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a fact of reality.
And neatness is the point.
Neatness.
So at least neatness. Yeah.
I just like to feel crispy and ready to go, and it just like people appreciate you taking the time. I think to do that.
Yeah, and basically this is obviously very subjective, and I think you could probably, if you have that high energy and you
could get away with whatever you want if you're
like if you're like top 2%, you can get away with whatever you want. You know what? I think sometimes it's good for me to think of it like I've got a little bit of a handicap in certain ways. Like if I'm a little ADD. And sometimes I'm not perfect in these sales conversations. So I want to give myself all the other advantages.
Exactly. It's about the slight edge, man. However you can get a slight edge. We got a guy right now that all of us wear company shirts, and he dresses on a button-down polo and khaki pants and boat shoes all summer. And the guy does high-end houses, so.
You can get away with whatever. If you're
over here in Minnesota, you can get away with a lot because people are lake lifestyle, laid back.
Yeah.
And
at the end of the day, like, hey, if you're that guy, if you're a high performer and you do it no matter what, then
do your thing. Do your thing. Don't
that's
don't
not
listen
about
to
you.
me. Do
that's
what
not
works.
About you. This
do
is
what
about
works. Do what works. But those two things, and then just lastly, just commit. Like, have your year out planned ahead of time. I'm going to commit for going hard. I like to do 90-day runs because it creates a lot of momentum that carries you through the dog days of summer, or just commit and just get your number, know your numbers, know what you got to hit. And I'm not a numbers guy, but it's super important to know your numbers and what KPIs and all that to hit. It takes you to the next level, and the guy, the chuck in the truck ain't doing it.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, the last thing, what would you invite our audience to do if you want to connect with them or?
Okay, cool. So thank you again for having me here, man. I love your logo. I love hanging out with you and talking business. If you want to reach out to me, first of all, check out my video on YouTube. type in roof sales on the first video that comes up. Give it a like, share. I just appreciate you looking at it and keeping that going. If you know someone who's looking for an opportunity, share that with them. You're looking for anybody who needs a little hope in life, share that with them. A lot of people watch that video for different reasons. It's helping a lot of people, so do that. If you want to get some gear, I got some good merch on the D2D sales drip. We got posters, we got hats, we got leggings, we got whatever you want, and they got a big gorilla. So if you're into gorillas, check that out. Also, if you want to do some consulting, you can find me on Roofing School at Dimitri with Roofing Insights. Get him involved, or just private consulting or fly-ins. You can just DM me and we can get you settled. But I would like to help you in any way. I got a lot of people always in my inbox just saying, hey, I think I'm getting screwed over. Can you look at this comp plan, or can you look at this number? Hey, what's the best shoes to wear? What's the best techniques for that? Anything that you want, I'm usually available. I want to be a resource for you guys, because if I help you guys, maybe you guys support what I'm doing down the line, but most importantly, I want to be there for you, because there wasn't too many resources for me when I got started, and I would just like to be a helpful resource for the industry.
Love it. Man, so many times people have been generous with me. Hey, sometimes people have been assholes too.
Yeah.
I focus on the people that have been generous to me, and I try to like pass that on too. And I mean, it's so funny.
Feels
like,
good.
Yeah, every industry has those people that kind of like push you down when you're early, but like that puts a little bit of like sting in my gut too, to like make sure that I'm different this time. I don't want to be that guy, dude.
No.
People were like that when.
It's easy too when you forget where you came from and the bills are paid and the money's coming in to forget where you came from. But I don't want to ever lose that feeling. And also, like, we owe it to ourselves. We're so blessed to be in a nice space where nice margins, and I mean, I don't think you go without eating. I know I don't.
Yeah,
like, there's always free food everywhere.
Yeah.
So I think it's our responsibility to give a little back to the industry and help the next generation. Just elevate the industry and make it more mainstream. There's some other leaders doing that in this space, and I applaud them. But I think it's our duty to just to help people going forward. Collaboration versus competition.
Love it. All right, thanks, man.
No problem.
Appreciate it. Podcast put on by hookagency.com, Hook Agency all over social. Thank you for watching or listening. Bye.
Yeah.